Chat, we are back. We're back. I have been itching to do this shiny hunt because I got here and then I realized that I couldn't leave because I was in there. So I need to get the shiny hunt done so I can play the game normally again. What do I want to... What should I have on camera when we switch camera? Wait. Okay. Okay, I'm ready. Alright, I'm ready. That's the wrong one. There. There. Chat, I may look a little different, okay? I know. Look, it's been a while since you've seen me, so like... Yeah, sometimes estrogen does things. Alright? It just, things happen. That's all. You know? Anyway. Anyway, we're back at it. I didn't move. I was just on vacation. I was just on the holidays. So, was it painful to change your skin for it? No, you know. They're pretty good at all sorts of surgeries nowadays. All right. Wait, here's the question though. All right, so chat, I bought one of those Pokemon Scale World figures, and it came with a piece of mystery gum. It came with a piece of gum. Do I eat this? 'Cause like, it was a figure from the Scarlet and Violet things, you know? So like, absolute. At the earliest, it would have come from 2022. So, like, this gum should be fine, right? It should be fine. Also, I'm only, like, 90% sure that this is gum. And it's because the box... Oh, actually, I have the box. This is the one that I got. I got her to go with my, like, big statue of the Scarlet Violet Pro Tag back there. So, like, she's right next to him. The only reason I even know this is gum is because on this Japanese box right down there, it does say 5K cal, which I think it means edible. It means there's something edible in there. So, this is probably what they mean, right? It's in a different packaging. It's in like a airtight packaging. So it should be... It should be fine, right? It does not smell like anything. It has no smell. I don't know that this is chewable. I don't know that this is a chewable thing. Okay. It's got a taste on the inside. I've released something. I cracked into it with my teeth and I released something. Is this poison? Is this poison? That has a taste that, like, it's not mint. It's not mint. What taste is that? What taste is that? I expected it to be mint flavored. It's not. It's something else. Hold on, I gotta pop out the Google Translate. I gotta figure out what the fuck this is supposed to taste like. It's like very subtle. It's very subtle. It is gum though. It does have the consistency of gum. So I think we've successfully deduced this is in fact gum. It is meant to be put in my mouth. Alright, Google Translate, camera. I don't know what flavor it's supposed to be. It is gum. It is gum. The translate says that it's gum. I just don't know what flavor it is. Alright, well, I guess we're chewing that for a little bit. Alright, let's swap over to the actual thing here. I've been playing, like, WiiWare-ass games. I've been playing Yoku's Island Express and Super Kiwi 64. The most WiiWare titles you could ever think of. I don't know. Oh, shit, I gotta update my system. Oh, God. Do I have to, though? Oh, well, we're done. It tastes good. It tastes... It has a taste. It's, there's not a lot of gum. I think it's made for, like, children with small mouths. And not me, with my large mouth. Alright, anyway, I'll show y'all where I'm saved and, like, what the resets are gonna look like. Why do you have different backgrounds like 10 my shorts? Because I was on a holiday. I was on holiday. It was not my house. So I'm saved in this corner right here. All we do, we go over here. We hop across these roofs. We look down here. It's not shiny, we reset. That is what we're doing today. That is what we're doing today. That is how you soft reset for shiny Virizion. Virizion's the most annoying of the shiny legendaries. Because, like, there is no good place to reset for it and, like, immediately see if it's shiny or not. You have to do this whole rigmarole. Yeah, I've just been living in people's walls. That's why it changed halfway through. I got discovered. Ears look fantastic. Thank you, thank you. Oh, my lord. Yeah, I got new ears. I had new ears over the break. Because I went to Hot Topic and they had ears with, like, piercing stuff in them. And those were cool and I wanted to wear them. And I still think those ones are cool. I think I'll alternate between them. I think I'll alternate between the two pairs of ears. Bought lots of other stuff. Oh, I bought so much stuff. We'll gradually go over it throughout the stream. Alongside the thing that came with gum, I bought this little figure of, I think it's one of the modern Pokemon finger puppets. I got Liko. So now I have a little Liko. I also got Captain Pikachu. I would have gotten Freed if they had him, but they did not have him. They had Liko, and they had Roy, and they had Dot. They did not have Freed. So I got Liko. I also thought about getting Dot. That way they could be lesbians together. I also bought a bunch of Kirby figures. So I now just have 1 billion of them everywhere. This is Water Balloon Kirby. Naturally. This is Sleepy Kirby. Hold on, we got hold on. Hold on, we gotta reset. Then I can go back to showing you my Kirbys, as I should. Cool. We got Whipped Cream Kirby. That should not go up my butthole, Kirby. I mean, like, what else are you gonna call that? We got UFO Kirby. I don't like this one. I don't like this one as much. This is sort of foreskin Kirby. We got Vending Machine Kirby. I got Rainbow Kirby and Waddle Dee. They're gay together. Lots of Kirbys. Because I went to a Five Below in the middle of nowhere. And so, like, that one had, like, the older Kirby figures that they were selling at Five Below. Whereas the Five Belows in Austin only have, like, Series 5. They had, like, Series 4 there. And so I bought a bunch of the Series 4 ones. Does Kirby have a butthole? Probably not. But, you know, this figure is decent evidence to the contrary. This figure does sort of redefine... Oh, well, it's right here, actually. You can see it. You can see it on the figure. Look, it's right there. We have proof. When did you get your nose pierced? Chat, I don't know if you're ready. I don't know if you're ready for the truth here. Because the truth is... The truth is... My nose is not pierced. This is just... It's not real. I'm sorry. It's a fake. I'm a big phony. I like the aesthetic of it, but I also don't want a hole there. You know? I don't feel like I need a hole up in there. But I do like how it looks a lot. So I've been wearing it in every short because, like, I think it looks great. Alright, so I also bought... They had these Hatsune Miku blind boxes, alright? They had these Hatsune Miku blind boxes. They had regular Miku, Sakura Miku, and Winter Miku. Alright? And I was like, oh, I'll get one of these. I can get a Miku, and it's gonna be great. And it's gonna be like a full color little hanger that's gonna hang off my bag, and it's gonna look amazing. I did not pull a full color Miku. I pulled the fucking gold one. I pulled the fucking 1 in 54 chance gold one instead. I wanted a good Miku. I wanted a good full color Miku. Anyway, so I went back and I bought another one, and it's the one that I wanted. This is the Miku that I actually wanted. I got the one that I wanted. This is almost all the things on my desk. Oh, we got cards to go over that I bought as well. I just kept buying random things. There wasn't much else to do where I was. I was, like, truly in the middle of nowhere, New Jersey. Truly in the middle of nowhere. And then when I finally got back to Lancaster, I actually got to go do things. And that's when I went to round 1 and did a little bit of recording there. And I went to Just Press Play and got some stuff from there. Imagine they make a Mike Pokemon collab. Yeah, I mean, there already is a Miku Pokemon collab. Imagine if Mike was there, though. So anyway, I got Itsutsumi plushie. This is from Just Press Play. I was very excited to get her. I like her a lot. Big fan, big fan. I also bought a bunch of random bulk cards. Look, I was not in like the center of New Jersey. I was off in the fucking middle of nowhere, New Jersey. You weren't gonna see me. I went to Wawa, though. I missed being able to go to Wawa in the middle of the night. See, the thing is, the gas station here where I live, it doesn't have hot food. So I can't just go to a gas station at 4 in the morning and get hot food. There is like a period from about 2:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day where hot food is just completely inaccessible to me unless I myself make it. This was not the case in New Jersey. I went to Wawa at like 3 a.m. and it was great. What the hell is Kiwi 64? It's a little like 3D platformer game. It's not very long. It expects you to like speedrun the levels and like get good at them, and you know, it's pretty cool. I liked it. It didn't take long to beat though. You want to date the food? Wait, I'm dating food? What did I say? What did I say? Oh, hot food. Hot food. Okay. All right. I mean, it depends on what kind of food, okay? It depends. It depends, all right? I be calling all my partners food because I want to eat them. So anyway, I got some more. I got some cards. I got this thing because it has like a weird foil pat. You can't even see the weird foil pattern. Okay, this is gonna be terrible. Let's not try to show weird foil patterns on screen. Oh, I got this. I got the Moonwalking Ampharos finally, a thing that all people need. Chad, it's up to you to decide whether or not I'm at the sex way or the vor way. That is your decision to make. That is your decision to make. I will not finish the joke for you. I got this Mitsuhiro Arita Pikachu. It's in really bad condition, but like it was only $1. So I had to get it. I got Mary finally. I missed out on getting Mary a while ago, and I finally got her. I got the Crown Zenith Metal Energy, which has a really interesting foil pattern that I didn't know that the Crown Zenith foils had. The camera does not show it, but it has the energy type in foil etched into the pattern. I got 2 of the Chinese gem collection energies. These are like hyper rares in the Chinese sets, but I'm the only person who cares about those. This next one's really weird, and I don't know where it came from, and I like it a lot because of that. I'm gonna take the gum out of my mouth now. That way I stop being gross about it. Alright. So I got a foil Sword and Shield fairy type energy. For those of you who don't know, fairy type energy was discontinued before Sword and Shield. So I have no idea why this exists. I don't know where this came from. They stopped printing fairy type energy at this time. Like this has no purpose. It's such a weird little thing. There were no fairy type Pokemon in Sword and Shield. There's no reason for a fairy type energy to be in the Sword and Shield energy formatting. I picked up a lot of like the weird stuff, you know? That's what I look for when I'm looking in bulk. I look for weird stuff that can't necessarily be explained easily. Like, for example, a Pokeball rare, Colress's Tenacity. For those who don't know, this looks like our Prismatic Evolution Pokeball pattern, you know. Colress's Tenacity was not in Prismatic Evolutions in English. So this is a card that is really interesting just by... It's only in Japan, I guess. Just a weird little case of, hey... We didn't get anything like that. Colress can't have that foil pattern over here. Boom. Nope. Okay. I got Transparent Walls. Just a weird old trainer card. I like those a lot. We got a couple stadiums from the Sinnoh era. We got Champion's Room and Mount Moon. So Champion's Room is, of course, Cynthia's room. And Mount Moon is just a weird-looking landscape. Got Latias and Latios from the trainer kits. These are from the Hoenn trainer kits, based around these cards. Again, like, cheap little pickups because they're not in the best condition, but, like, they look cool in a binder, you know? And, like, that's a card where the origin isn't a regular set. It's like, where did this come from? Oh, for example, I got the Glaceon and the Ice-Cube from the holiday calendar. That's why they have the little snowflakes. Glaceon and Ice-Cube from holiday calendar. Latinas and Latinos, yep. Take Perpello Cliff's credit card. Perpello Cliff! We're calling him that now? Did she get deer? She don't got deer yet, Slim. She don't got deer yet. I'm working on it. I got Aerie, because she is the last Team Star member I didn't have as a full art yet. So I gotta throw her on my page of the Team Star members. When I get the deer, I am gonna name it Nokatan. I might name them all Nokatan. This is a McDonald's Drampa, which I thought was fun. We got a bunch of illustration rares. So we got Lycanroc. These were all $2 a piece. We got Lycanroc. I need to run for the deer. The deer keeps interrupting me. Please. There we go. Okay, deer, not shiny. Cool. We got Team Rocket's Orbeetle. I was surprised this one was only $2. It's a Team Rocket's card. We got Ludicolo. Shroodle. And Togedemaru. Lots of recent illustration rares that aren't going for a lot. Might as well bring out the collection with them, you know. Get a few for the collection. Whoops. I would have gotten Shedinja if I knew I had Ninjask. I couldn't remember if I had Ninjask or Shedinja or which one I needed. It was Shedinja. I should have gotten it. Why does Team Rocket have an Orbeetle? Why not? They can have anything. Oh, we got a half art Volcarona. Great looking card. Love this card. And a half art Dustox as well. Alright. The next... Chat, what card do you think I'm about to show you, like, 12 copies of? What card do you think I'm about to show you a billion copies of? What do we think that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 copies of? 13! That's crazy. Alima, good idea. Good thought. Corbeau ain't out yet over here. Pikachu ones. Not Pikachu. Thick Charizard, Ishihara GX. How am I gonna Ishihara GX? Hippo ass donut. Oh my god. Charizard ones, no. Okay, this is me we're talking about, okay? This is something that I would want 12 copies of. A pretty lady? You know. Is it Pokemon Center lady? I do like her. Dynamax ones. Look, if this card was Dynamaxed, we'd all be good in for a good time, okay? We'd be having a great time. I bought 13 copies of Fennel. So I've got 13 copies of Fennel. Fennel can Dynamax any day she wants. I will have no objections. Yeah. I got no problems with that. Honestly, ideal person to Dynamax. I also bought... I also bought 4 Dans. Anyone who's a member of the Dan Club knows what this is about, okay? Any Dan Club members out there already know why. Alright? I knew it was gonna be Pretty Lady. Of course. She Dyna on my max till I Darkest Day. I'm about to cause the Darkest Day, if you know what I mean. There's art of that. Wait, where's the art? Is the art up here? Yeah. I'm about to cause my own Darkest Day, if you know what I mean. Are there Emma's cards yet? No. No Emma's yet. Okay, so I don't talk about... We saw some leaks. We saw some leaks on cards. And I'm not gonna... I just want to let you know I'm not talking about them. Because, like, what I'll do is if cards get released a couple days too early in Japan, because, like, someone finds them at some random retailer, that I'll talk about. That's fair game to me. Several sets in advance being stolen off the factory is not what I'll talk about. They exist. I just want to acknowledge them real quick and be like, hey, they exist. They are out there. I won't talk about those ones. I got some weird little promos. Let's see, we got Hisuian Basculin, you know, just little promo cards that came in random products. These are less interesting. Some energies, Bay, that's from my own collection. Oh, chat, I did just buy a couple random pretty women. I did just buy Beauty and Honey and Doctor. Just for the sake of it. Alright. They release Emma card. Purple Cliff's gonna buy 100 copies of them. Oh, I don't blame him. Emma can Dynamax too. Emma could Dynamax anytime she wants. Totally not watching stream while on the clock. I won't scream. I was thinking about screaming that I was streaming and you were watching a stream. But, you know. Why do you keep closing the game? Because we're shiny hunting. We're resetting. We got to go over to this Virizion. Check it. It's green. We reset. That's how the shiny hunt works. Alright. So, chat, I got one other card. And, it's gonna be one of the most warped things you've ever seen, okay? I need to prepare you for this. It is not pretty looking. It is, however, an interesting enough card that I decided to buy it. Just look at how warped that is. Just look at what we got going on there. All right. So this is a Metal Energy from the Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse set, or Japan's equivalent, Tag All-Stars. They had special Hollow Energies released in that set, and evidently they might be a little prone to bending. So that's what that is. But it was $1, okay? When it's $1, when it's just $1, you know? Another person in chat thinks I'm wearing a wig. It's always really funny when that happens. Buddy! All right. How do we do this? We have enough time on the clock. We have enough time on the clock. Okay. So. We can't save because we're already spotted. We can't leave. We can't leave to, or else we'll waste too much time. Alright. Alright, Luxury ball, okay. Get you out. We got it, okay, we got it. Let's check the Virizion and then run back to our spot. Virizion is green. Okay, we're running back to our spot. It's over there. I just need to focus real quick. Alright, we do this, we go back up there. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. We're good. Okay, we gotta kill that guy. It's fine. We haven't wasted too much time. We're good, we're good. Fire blast. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got the Halucha. Halucha obtained. We're gonna save our progress here. Oh, hold on. We need to save facing this way. Okay, there we go. And now we can start doing Virizion resets again. Okay. Alright, we're good. We're good. Okay. Alright, we're good. Whew. I just didn't want to use up too much time, you know? Didn't want to use up too much time. And the music is back, yeah. Well, I had to close the music so I could think. By the way, those pan sages have been shiny before. I got one. If another one is shiny, I probably won't go for it. Pokopia in 2 months? Yeah, I cannot wait for Pokopia. I'm gonna be so into Pokopia. I'm gonna be so into Pokopia. It looks so much fun. And I want a good game to, like, just get that into, you know, and make all my little builds. I'm gonna play so much Pokopia. Anyway, it's Spleezer time. Chat, I read Peak. I started reading Peak. Or I started reading Peak. I'm almost at the end of the Peak section of Peak. I picked up a collection of the first couple Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga volumes. And it is Peak. It is Peak. I love it. However, I know that it's gonna very quickly shift to just being Duel Monsters in a couple of volumes. And so, like, I gotta enjoy my time while I have it. Because I know it's about to go, like, full Duel Monsters mode. For those who don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not start out as being about a marketable children's card game. It started out being about a guy who plays people in games of death and then gives them karmic punishments. And, like, sets people on fire. And then later became about a children's card game. So I'm currently in the volumes of, like, he's playing weird karma games against people. And I'm enjoying it. I really like the guy who was filming who was filming himself beating up children, and you know, Yami sort of just blinds him. He says, "All right, you're glorifying violence on television that must be covered up with mosaics. I'll make your whole vision mosaic." And then that guy's just blind for the rest of his life. You know. There's an escaped convict who gets set on fire. That's like the one everyone knows about. That's the one everyone knows about because that's like one of the most popular ones. But I know that part of the game is... I know that part of the book is coming to the end. Because, like, they already introduced the card game. We already had, like, the first match of the card game. It's gonna go back to, like, doing a couple weird little things. And then it's gonna start being about the card game. I also bought... I haven't read it yet. I also bought a manga about skateboarding maids. I followed this artist for, like, 8 years. And their manga finally came out in English. So I bought that. I haven't read it yet. So I don't know what the story of that is about. But I'm willing to find out. Will you play Tomodachi Life when it comes out? Yes. I wanted to play Tomodachi Life beforehand. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought a card for my collection that's like a big card for my collection. Or not like, it's not like big, but it's like, it's something that I was thinking about buying for a while. And I bought like a nice binder copy of it. Now, this isn't like the expensive version of the card because I already have that one. But I picked up this Gyarados half art by Tokiya. Because Tokiya is one of my favorite artists who ever did cards. They unfortunately don't make cards anymore. But I picked up this slightly beaten up copy so I could have a copy of the regular art for my binder. I already have the pre-release version of it. Have any favorite Yu-Gi-Oh part yet? So far, the guy who was beating up children at the school. And Yami hits him with the blindness ray. But I also just like how the manga's been formatted in general, because, like, it starts from the point at which it should start, rather than, like, where the American anime starts, where, like, it shows why these fucking characters care about each other, you know? It shows Jonochi, Honda, I forget Teia's Japanese name, and Yugi, like, all hanging out a lot more and, like, just getting to know each other and, like, how that friendship started. And, like, that makes me care more about the power of friendship shit when I know how it happened, you know? Is that man gonna be eaten by Gyarados? Ideally. Trying to get a card of all 1025 Pokemon. I'm only missing 4. Which ones are you missing? Is it like all Pokemon that only have 1? Or is there a way to load backup saves for shiny hunting? Yes. I forget the button combination. I had to use it one time because I accidentally used my Master Ball on a Kadabra. That was off camera. It would have been really funny if that happened on camera, but that's just something I did stupid in my own time. Up B and X. That sounds right. Yeah. And that'll, like, reload you at a Pokemon Center. What shiny Pokemon are we trying to get? Virizion. We are looking for Virizion right now. Anime starts so lame compared to the manga. I know. Like... And the anime also does this thing where it never fucking... At least the American anime. I never watched the sub of Yu-Gi-Oh! It never explains who the fuck Shoddy is. He just shows up occasionally in the American anime and, like, he's just a guy. And you're kind of like, what are you doing? Who are you? And, like, the manga actually introduces him as a character and you're like, oh, you do have plot relevance. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, they butchered it a little bit, didn't they? I was very excited to find out who the fuck Shoddy was. And what he was cooking. Instead of him just being a mysterious guy who shows up one day with no explanation and then disappears for like 50 episodes and then shows up again and then disappears for 50 more episodes. But I'm excited to pick up the next volume of that. I'm probably gonna go to like a bookstore over the weekend and see if I can find it. I do have to confess, we are only running with a shiny level 2 donut. I did not have a level 3 ready for this when I started it. So I think our chances are like 1 in 700. Right? Yeah, we have a shiny level 2. So, not the greatest odds, but not the worst odds. OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga was in the kids section of my school's library for the longest time, because they thought Yu-Gi-Oh! That's a kids thing. I mean, like, it's not kids, but, like, it's not necessarily super adult either. Like, it's definitely, like, teenage audience, you know? It's definitely, like, split down the middle. Oh, okay, well, Janochi does some fucking pervy-ass things. Yeah, it definitely shouldn't be in the kids section. I do not have a nose piercing. It is, unfortunately, it's a fake. I mean, I like the aesthetic of it. I also just don't want to have a hole there, though. Fear I loved 4Kids Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, I loved it growing up. But, like, I also want to know what the actual story is supposed to be. And I'm really enjoying finding that out in the manga. And the manga's faster to read than, like, watching the anime through as a sub. Because, like, I could watch the anime, I could, like, start at season 0, watch, like, the, just general game chapters, and then, like, start watching Duel Monsters from there, but, like... What I might do is I might eventually watch 5Ds, the sub, because I hear 5Ds is supposed to be really good. Ever watched Naruto? No. But, like, they really were... He really was cooking at the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I want, like, another series like that. I need, like, more of that vibe. Should watch Cinderella Grey. It's so good. I hate anime and I loved it so much. What am I watching right now? Oh, I finally finished watching the first season of Delicious in Dungeon. That's right. I forgot to, like, fucking finish that before my Netflix ran out. What else am I watching right now? I need to go back to watching Bofuri. I only watched season 1. Season 0 anime is apparently a poor adaptation of manga? Okay. Cause, like, that was my, like, first introduction to the fact that, like, there was different stuff before Duel Monsters. Cause, like, I watched that one episode that everybody watches with the convict. You know? That's pretty much what people point you to. But I think that's all fan subs. I don't think there was ever an official sub for that. I don't know. Regardless, the manga's gonna be faster to read through. So, you know. Oh, I also gotta, like, finish reading through the Pokemon manga. I gotta read more of the Pokemon manga. About Yokai Watch? I've never played Yokai Watch. Or watched Yokai Watch. What was that song? What was that song? I don't know what we were listening to. It was a Xenoblade. It was a Xenoblade, I think. It was a Xenoblade. Yokai Watch didn't, like, overlap. Okay, so there was... When Yokai Watch came out, it was, like, 2015. I was, like, 15. So, you know, like... At the very least, the dub we got in America was playing on, like, Disney XD. And it was very much aimed towards, like, younger children. I was kind of like, I don't want to watch this. I have no need to watch, like, an episodic, you know... Monster of the Week show airing on Disney XD. That said, I did watch Steven Universe, so I don't fucking know. I don't know. Find it funny that Taya started having a crush on evil Yugi because he burned a man 2 meters from her. You know, look, it gets you a ancient evil pharaoh that'll burn a man to death for you, you know? He does what needs to be done. Does what needs to be done. Also, I get it, because evil Yugi is hot as fuck. Oh my god. When bro stops wearing the school jacket, oh, that is a man. That is a man there. This is a shiny Virizion hunt? Yes. We already incidentally found a shiny Hawlucha. That wasn't even shiny boosted. That was just, like, regular reset odds. I didn't even know, like, shiny Hawlucha could be reset from here. Because they're always there when I spawn in, but I guess it can be shiny for some reason. Like, if they're spawned in when I'm reloading the save, you would think that they couldn't be shiny. I don't know how that happened. I literally thought it was impossible for Hawlucha to be shiny. Shiny T-Mobile hunt. Oh, we'll get to Mr. Terrakion. Which means I don't know. It's kind of not up to me. Steven Universe had hot lesbians? It did. Steven Universe had big hot lesbians. And we know how I feel about those. We know how I feel about those. I really like using that art just to fuck with just to fuck with Sweet. Did you watch Digimon? No, I was not a Digimon kid. I was strictly a Pokemon kid. I don't think Digimon ever, like, played on anything. You know? Like, Pokemon you could watch on Kids WB. Digimon, like, I don't think that ever played on anything. No, it would have played on Foxbox, wouldn't it have? I don't know. Because I watched the Kirby anime, and that played on Fox. Digimon was Fox. I don't remember. Regardless, I just never got exposed to Digimon, you know? Probably because, like, Pokemon is what my sister had been into, and I got, like, hand-me-down stuff. So, like, I got, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Because those were, like, hand-me-downs. And that definitely influenced, like, a lot of what I got to be into. Never played any Pokemon games. Which will recommend me to start to play the series? Scarlet and Violet's honestly probably the best start on Switch. You know, gives you a nice vanilla idea of how the series plays, I think. Legends Arceus is much better. I like Legends Arceus a lot, but I don't know that's where you start. Really need to watch the Kirby anime one day? It's fine. Like, I don't know that there's much there for, like, an adult viewer necessarily. It's just kind of Kirby doing whatever, and then DDD summons a monster to fight him. Quite literally another Monster of the Week show. Except for it doesn't build anything. It's just like, hey, Kirby fights a dude, and DDD sounds like this. Hot dog, taco, hamburger. Hot dog, taco, hamburger. This restaurant only serves 3 things. That's honestly probably did, like, irreparable damage to DD as a character. The Kirby anime. Giant women did alter all of our brains. It's true. Well, no, I think it started before that. I'll be real with you. I don't think it was the altering factor. I like the Kirby episode where they make the first Kirby episode, except for DDD self-inserts. That's very funny. N from Black and White is hot? Everyone thinks N from Black and White is hot. You're not saying hot takes here. Ever watch Sonic? Oh yeah, that's right. I watched Sonic X. That was my introduction to Sonic as a kid. As a kid, like, to me, Sonic was always like, oh, he's that guy from that one show. You know, I never experienced the Sonic games. I just knew Sonic from Sonic X. I liked it. Never had any issues with it. What other, like, kids anime was there like, that was, like, airing at that time? Thoughts on Weeva Underwood? You know, he a dude. I don't know. What thoughts do you want on him? He's just a little snotty little guy. He got kind of a funny voice. I like that. I like his little beetle glasses. That's a fun character design. What other anime where they're, like, airing on, like, Kids WB or 4Kids or whatever? I'm trying to think. Does Winx Club count? Winx Club is an anime. That's, like, French animated, right? Yeah, Winx Club would have been in that era. But I don't know if Winx Club counts as anime. I liked Winx Club a lot. Which is weird, because, like, I never, as a kid, like, I never considered Winx Club, like, a girl's show. I always considered that as, like... Because, like, there were shows that, like, I wouldn't watch because I considered them girls' shows, and, like, I wasn't supposed to watch them in my mind. I never considered Winx Club a girls' show for some reason. And I don't know what the connective, what, like, was working in my brain that was like, oh, this one's okay. I liked Winx Club. 4Kids never played One Piece wherever I was watching it. I never watched One Piece 4Kids. Because, like, whatever channel I had just didn't play it. Yeah, like, as a kid, I would, like, never watch Powerpuff Girls. Because, like, oh, that's a girls show. It's got girls in the name. Is Winx Club's really that different? It's literally just badass chicks beating the fuck out of people. Except for they're even more girly. There was, like, some weird Mad School Girl show that they played on 4Kids. The one with, like, the music note aesthetic. I missed out Powerpuff Girls with Peak. I'm pretty sure I did miss out. I'm pretty sure you're right. I also didn't have Cartoon Network at the time, so it would have only been, like, on special occasions anyway. Totally Spies? Never watched Totally Spies. I know that's surprising considering the person I am, but I never watched Totally Spies. You were expecting me to say yes and it would explain so many things? No. No. That would have explained a lot, wouldn't it have? For some reason, I thought as a kid, when I turned 9, I was an adult, I had to stop watching Lilo and Stitch in the morning. Oh, I remember Lilo and Stitch. I wasn't into it. I wasn't into that show. I just remember it being on. Regular Show was peak. Regular Show was, like, past my era of, like, watching kids, cartoons as a kid. Well, no, it wouldn't have been. But, like, you know, it was a Cartoon Network. I don't think I was watching, like, any cartoons at that time. Now that I think about it. I didn't get back into cartoons until I was, like, 14. You know what you should do, then? Watch Totally Spies? No. I don't want to go on a list, and I feel like that would put me on several. Just in general. I was already, like, 30 when Regular Show came out. Girl, I'm 25. Girl. Adventure Time? Adventure Time I watched around the time it came out. Just because, like, there were, like, a couple episodes streaming on Cartoon Network. Got added to Netflix pretty early on. So I watched, like, some early Adventure Time. It was always fun. I do remember, like, watching the trailers on, like, episodes of Pokemon when it was first coming out. Like, watching the trailer for the pilot episode and be like, oh, that's fun. Because I liked Flapjack. I did like Flapjack, because Flapjack was always playing on the TVs when we went to the bowling alley after school. And so I would watch Flapjack, because that's where I watched cartoons. Or, you know, that was like an opportunity. That was one of the only opportunities I watched cartoons at that time in my life. Avatar: The Last Airbender at all? I caught like 2 episodes. I liked it, but like I couldn't watch it because I didn't have Nickelodeon. Now I've watched it as an adult. I love it a lot, but I need to watch Korra still. Gumball was peak. Gumball I never was able to get into because Gumball is one of those shows where like the average episode isn't necessarily that funny or good. And there's just like a if you're an adult, if you're like a kid, you know, if you're like 10 years old, it's probably the funniest thing ever all the time. But like by the time Gumball came out, it's really only those like special few episodes, you know. The best episode of Gumball is the one where it's revealed that Richard dresses up as one of the Golden Girls, so he can go pretend to be an old lady a couple times a week, just because he enjoys doing that. And then it's revealed that 3 out of 4 of the Golden Girls are also dads running the same scam. And there's only one old woman in the bunch. Why did they do that? Why is that an episode? Bob's Burger, Pete. Bob Burger is Peem. I still watch Bob Burger. We all know this. You know that. Remember watching Hey Arnold when I was younger? Looking back on it, Helga's crazy. I don't know that I ever got to watch that much Hey Arnold. I remember liking it like when I did see it, but I don't think I got to watch that much at all. I don't think I got to watch a lot of Nickelodeon. And then they just continue to be pretending to be Golden Girls, yeah. Let me think. Johnny Test. Oh, I remember Johnny Test. Okay. Right. Because Johnny Test played on 4Kids. Johnny Test played on, like, Kids WB 4Kids era. That's right. Johnny Test wasn't good, but I did watch it. Because it was on. That was one of those shows that I didn't go out of my way to watch, but I watched it because it was on. You know? Just one of the ones you get stuck with. Fairly Odd Parents, I caught a few episodes, didn't watch it really because I didn't have Nickelodeon. What did I miss? I don't know. We're just still talking about kid shows. I watched a lot of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series, like the 2003 one. That was a big fun one. They had like a Spider-Verse movie for that. Where like they met like the old animated series Turtles and like the comic book Turtles. That was like my introduction to multiverses. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Never watched that. Never watched that as a kid. I do not have a persona, unfortunately. I just am the puppy girl that I am. Used to sneak out of my room to watch TV at 3 or 4 a.m. as a kid and saw a cartoon called Dave the Barbarian. Right, that was a Disney show. Did I watch any of the Disney shows? Oh, I watched Kim Possible. I want to draw you as puppy. Ruff. You, okay. Congrats. Congrats, you made me fall off. Any fellow Wildcrats fans? I remember Wildcrats. Wildcrats was like kind of past my time, but like, I do remember it. Did you get it? Nope, we are still looking for deer. Wildcrats made me a furry? Oh no. Oh no, I'm sure the Krat brothers would love to hear about that. I wonder how the Krat brothers feel about what Wildcrats spawned, you know? I wonder how the real-life Krat brothers feel about what definitely has to exist because of their animated show. What kind of puppy are you? This kind. I don't know. What about Dinosaur Train? I remember Dinosaur Train! Oh my god, I remember Dinosaur Train. Dinosaur Train should have been past my time, but I was still watching PBS at that time, let me tell you. Dinosaur Train was peak. It's just a show that comes on and teaches you about dinosaurs. Like, what is not to like? Like, what is not to like about that? Bob the Builder, the old one? Oh, yeah, I watched Bob the Builder. I mean, that was just a well-animated show. That was just a well-put-together show. Were you around the Team Umizoomi time? I don't think that came out until, like, 2013, so no. I have no idea why I know the year that came out. Maybe because of that fucking, like... you know the clip. What's his name? What's his name? Shit, the chef guy. What's his name? What's his name? No, not Chowder. The real-life chef. The real-life chef that did the thing with Team Umizoomi. The Hell's Kitchen guy. Not Gordon Freeman. His name's not Gordon Freeman. That's all I know. But that's the only thing I can think of. I can only think of Gordon Freeman. Chef Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay. Okay. Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, there's a clip of him with the Team Umizoomi characters. That's the only reason I know what the fuck Team Umizoomi is. Because he's in a clip with them, and so naturally there's an edited version where he starts just, like, cursing them out. Magic School Bus. Oh, no. No. I am not a Magic School Bus fan. I think Magic School Bus needs to die in a fire. Magic School Bus is horrifying. Magic School Bus should not be shown to children. Traumatizing. Traumatizing. I have a tape of the one where Arnold dies. Hold on. Let me go grab the Magic School Bus where Arnold dies. 1 second. Surprisingly well and not killing myself there. Right? Wait, no. Is this... Yeah, this is the one where Arnold dies. Arnold dies in this one, right? This is the one where Arnold dies? Right? This is the one where he takes off his helmet in space and dies? Yeah, Arnold's know-it-all cousin Janet drives the whole class crazy. That's why he did it. That's why he fucking did it. Thank you so much to... Sorry, what's her name? Thank you to Mrs. Janine Frank, I think, for giving this tape to Goodwill. I'm sure your class misses it very much. That's the first episode of the show. Oh my god. With the frizz? No way! Oh. I have been... Look, there's a... At some point, there's a video I'm gonna make that's gonna have that in there as a transition. And the video is gonna explicitly have chapters in it, just so I can go into the Magic School Bus theme for, like, the music behind the title card of one of them. And it's gonna make sense when it comes out. That is something I've been planning for, like, 2 years. That I'm gonna have a video that has the Magic School Bus theme in it, with a very explicit purpose. They just retcon his death with the commercial. Oh my god. I don't have a septum piercing. It's fake, I'm sorry. But it is very fun and I like it. It's a lie. Yeah, I was definitely more of a Bill Nye guy. Not Magic School Bus fan. Yes, Bill Nye. Especially yes, Beakman's World. Did y'all fuck with Beakman's World? Beakman was an agent of chaos. Guys, I got a time-sensitive question. How flirt girl? Damn, I don't know. I never successfully did that. I never successfully flirted a girl. I've been flirted with, and it's been effective. But I think it just amounts to, like, someone being nice to me. Show your Riz? My Riz is, like, barking. Were you forced to watch Super Size Me in middle school? Was I? I think I watched Super Size Me at some point. I don't think it was till, like, college, though. Rough. Oh my god. First of all, you typed rough in chat just to get me to say it. Just to get me to read it and, like, say it automatically. And I hate that that worked. But... Right, so I think I did eventually watch Super Size Me. No, I didn't. I never watched Super Size Me. I watched something else. Something else about, like, the source of food or something. Something that was definitely way more well-regarded. And that's what I watched in college, because Super Size Me would have been debunked by the time I was in college. Other day, I saw a clip of someone describing a dog bark as boof boof. And that become unfortunate with the new slang meaning of the word. Is it a new meaning? And is it widely used enough? Is that a slime from Slime Rancher 2 in the background? It's from the first one, but yeah. It's a ringtail slime. I've never played Slime Rancher 2. I only played the first one. Are any of you shiny? Okay. How long do you think it'll be till MNJTV retires? I don't know. Because he's been making videos for a long time. Like back when I first got on YouTube, he was making videos. So I don't know. Because, like, if I look at my YouTube account and I go back all the way to my start of my liked videos playlist, there's an MNJTV video there, like, really early. So it has to have been, like, at least, like, a decade and a half. Have you ever watched Murder Drones? No. I watched Digital Circus. I've never watched Murder Drones. Shiny Virizion looks like pink Snapple flavor. We can take a couple of leaves and see if that happens. Ringtail slimes from the second game? It's in the first game. It is in the first game. I remember getting them in the first game. Prove you watched it with a quote? I could do some dangerous things here. My first instinct... My first instinct was to start making, like, the worst, most abysmal, like, content-farmed garbage you could imagine. Does woof have some bad meaning? Not woof, boof. As in boof. It means shoving stuff up your butt. Putting stuff in your butt, twin. You can do it with medication, like progesterone. Sooner or later, we will get this thing. I should have the counter on. Why don't I have the counter running? I don't want to set up the counter. Start digging in your butt, twin. I was digging in my butt before it was cool. I'm just saying. I was ahead of the curve. I should have capitalized it on it, you know? I should have capitalized it on it. Promise you they're only in Slime Rancher. They're not only in Slime Rancher 2. They're in the first one. I know. They're in the first one. I found them in the first one. They were underneath the truck. Okay? You just need to collect all 1,624 coins and unlock Luigi, and then use him to get the 121st star, and then you can use strength on the truck, and the ringtail slime is under there. Like Deltarune truck? No! Not like driving in my car right after a beer. Ringtail slime. Is a slime Rancher? Well, he's in Slime Rancher 2. He's in the first one too, though. He's in the first one. He was in the first one, I swear. I swear he was in this. He was in the first one. He was in the first one. He was in the first one. This wiki is wrong. Surely this wiki is wrong. This wiki is wrong. He was in the first one. Secret style pack. Alright, hold on. Hold on, there's a chance. There's a chance. Slime Rancher Secret Style Pack. Is he in that? Is he in that? He was in there. I swear. I swear. No. I remember him. I remember him. He was there. Where is he? Okay. Where he at? Where he go? He was in the first one, I swear. The ringtail slime was in the first Slime Rancher. I don't know who's doing this to me. I don't know who removed all existence of it, all acknowledgement of it from the internet and my game, because he was there. And if I go on my save file, I know I'll have an enclosure of them. I know if I boot up the game on my PlayStation 4, surely there's an enclosure specifically dedicated to the ringtail slime because it's my favorite slime. It's the best one. It's absolutely adorable and it turns to stone. It has like a little ability where it can turn to stone because it's like a reference to like Tanuki Mario. And I know he'll be there. I know he's there. You can't tell me any differently. I'm just as certain that Panic at the Disco is on the soundtrack for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I'll go back to shiny hunting now, but just because I'm so certain that it's in the first game. Boot it up. He surely should be here. He surely should be here. Because he was like one of like the combined slimes you could get. Like if you combine two slimes, you could get him. You could combine your slimes and get the ringtail slime, and it was like a special thing, and I was so excited. I was so excited to have him. He was there. He was real. Ringtail slime was real in Slime Rancher 1. What's the point of playing Slime Rancher 1 if Ringtail slime isn't there? What even is the point of going on if Ringtail slime isn't in Slime Rancher 1? How did they even sell the game without him? He holds the game together. He's got to be on the chart. You could like get him by like combining the tabby slime with another one. You combined the two of them. You, like, just had to put them together. I forget which one it was. But, like, it would work. Berenstein or Berenstain? It's Berenstain. You're not gonna get me with that one. I know it's A. It was very difficult for me to figure that out as a kid. I know which universe we're living in. Okay? I'm very confident in that fact. No, I'm not gonna let go. I will never forget you, Ringtail Slime Rancher 1. I know you exist. Slimes on the Slime Rancher wiki. I will find it here. Slimes. Someone edited the Slime Rancher wiki in like while I was looking at it. There's I swear he's real. I know he was real. The fuck is a party Gordo? I don't remember that asshole being in there. Why is he there? Why is he in Slime Rancher 2? He was in the first one. Alright, I don't know why this sad music started playing. We'll go to a different song. No, not that. Not that song. We need a better song. We need a better song. Sure, this one. Can I play Even Flow by Pearl Jam? No. It'll get copyright claimed. What slime could I possibly be thinking of? You fuse it with the tabby slime. You can make it. Surely. I don't know if I want to live in a world without the Ringtail Slime and Slime Rancher 1. A world in which I have to buy Slime Rancher 2 to have him. I don't know. It's called the Feral Slime. Slime Rancher Feral Slimes. He's a grumpy little guy, but he doesn't look like the Ringtail Slime. Did I get my ears pierced? No, I didn't get to. I was gonna get it done with my sister, but then my sister got sick for a couple days and I didn't get to go get my ears pierced. Unfortunately. So, they did not get pierced. That's okay, I still have Ringtail Slime behind me. No one can take that away. No one can take him away from me behind me. He gets to live with that weird creature from Fate and Batula, Cliffy, Lily from Pokemon, Mount Lady, and Whimsicott with a top hat. All the iconic characters. And Itsutsumi might join them at some point. Purple Cliff guy? Purple Cliff gay. Did you know about our Savior Jesus Christ? It was said he rode on his board, the board of which he rides, the wheels to make him move, and the helmet to shield his crown. I want to play Tony Hawk again, but nobody cares about Tony Hawk. Nobody cares to watch me play Tony Hawk online for 3 hours. Let me see if there. Hold on. Let me see if there's a sick shredding panel in there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at him shred. Look at him shred. Oh. We got some Jesus Christ here. Could Dr. Mia turn me into a cool lady? Yes, but you might end up like 250 feet tall. This is a possibility that you just need to be prepared for. You would be a lady, however, though. Can Dr. Mia make me an earthbender? She's also not a doctor. You said that, not me. Why am I dysphoric about my height as is? Well, she'll make you, like, have the proportion. You can have the proportions of, like, a 5-foot tall woman. And then just, you know. Was that how big you were? I don't know how big I was. I'd just be saying heights. I'm gonna be honest, as long as you get over, like, 50 feet, usually you're big enough. Guys, it took, like, so much convincing for me to just to have Sweep to make me bigger. I was like, yo, that's not quite big enough. Look, the scale. Okay, this is how big the stadium should be. And Sweep was like, you want to be that big? And I was like, that's the scale. That's just the scale. She's not Dr. Mia. She's Professor Mia. She does not have a doctorate. I will not be taken in by the board of doctors for faking a doctorate. Can she make my hair blue? I'm gonna keep it real. A box from Walgreens can do that. I don't think you need her for that. I made her 10 meters tall, and she wanted double the size of Godzilla. 10 meters tall is not, you know, that's like 30 feet. That's not tall enough. That's not tall enough. Why would that ever be tall enough? Did you also think female Hippowdon was shiny in your first encounter? Sometimes I know that, like, female Hippowdon looks different, and I see one, and I'm like, oh, that looks different even from looking different. So clearly that one's gonna be shiny, and then it's not. They should let me be a slime woman, then I could be gay and turn other people into slimes. I don't know if that's how that works. Surely there's nothing preventing a slime from being gay, but I don't know how the turning other people into slimes. Gen 4, Gliscor always gets me for a moment. Yeah, and Sentret. Sentret in the Sinnoh games is gold. Why? Don't think you need to be a slime to be gay? Yeah, but being a slime is pretty cool. Like, I understand the desire. Like, it's a pretty cool thing to be. I mean, what are we even listening to? We probably can't even listen to this. This is gonna get copyright claimed. We're listening to, like, a lo-fi remix. This cannot be playing right now. I was not paying attention. Alright, let's go to, like, here. And then let's go to, like... here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Okay. Professor Mia's thoughts on ducks in general? I don't think she has many thoughts about them. Can you fuse me with a moth? Yes, but you're gonna be moth-sized. Sorry, that's how it works. Rip. My bad. That just can't do anything else about that, you know? Can't do anything else about that. She doesn't have many thoughts? She doesn't. Most of those thoughts are bark, bark, and... I don't know, be big. Get big. Make other ladies big. Thoughts on Skyward Sword? I like it a lot. I'm playing through it right now. I mean, it's right there. You can see it. It's the cartridge that's in my Switch. And I am enjoying it a ton. I really wanted to play like a linear dungeon-based Zelda. And it's a pretty good one. Why everyone gets to be a kaiju, but a moth can't be moth-sized? Because it's funny. It's funny to make you specifically not get to be kaiju-sized. If starting a slime infection off the table, could I be a robot? Oh my god. Everyone can be a robot. I've thought about, like, giving her robot elements. Just because they're cool, and because I like Alpha from Yokohama Kadashi Gaiko. Like, robot ladies are always cute. They're a good vibe. They're modular. You can rip parts off of them and stick on new ones. Which, like, who doesn't want that? But also, like, I don't want to make things too complicated, you know? You know, just have a couple little modular parts. Just hold on to a couple modular parts. Little bit of plug and play. Oh shit, right, we have the new... I forgot that the new Professor Mia... that I didn't have... We had a new commission. There was a new Professor Mia commission while I was on break. So I need to show that one. We have a new Professor Mia. If you are on my Twitter, you've already seen it. But it's super cool. This one right here, this one right here. Need to make a new image so that I can keep the old image. Browse. Downloads. There she is. Oh, shit! It popped in. Look! This was done by @GreatMothSucks on Twitter. It's a Sugimori-style Professor Mia. It's adorable. I love it so much. I wanted to commission this artist for the longest time, but I never saw her open commissions. It turns out she just has commissions open all the time. You can just ask her. Like, that's just her job. My bad. But I was so excited. That deer wasn't shiny, though. And then I made this into a full art style Pokemon card that I'm gonna hopefully get printed up and give out at events. I'm very happy with how that turned out, though. Even if she's not big. Give me watercolor a little bit? Yeah. That artist, if I remember correctly, she draws everything with her fingers on her phone. Which is a little insane. I believe it was her who I saw do that. Like, she posted a picture of her process one time, and it was horrifying. She kinda cute. Thank you, thank you. She's kinda me. You know, sometimes. She's, like, kinda me, but she's kinda not me. But I need to figure out how to draw her. I need to, like, actually practice drawing and drawing, like, little chibis and fun little things. She your human, Sona? She is a fun little mascot character for the channel. I want to get a, is that a random sock down there chilling with the throws? You know, they're vibing. There's a couple of them. I'll probably do a drawing stream at some point. We can practice drawing. And draw some weird stuff. Oh god. Oh god, the happy poop storm is here. Each one of those happy poops is like maybe 5 cents. I don't know. I forget how the money converts. But I do want to... I want to get a PNG tuber of Professor Mia made. That way I can stream real easily. Even when I like don't feel like putting on proper clothes and like looking decent. Like I don't even know if I look decent today. My hair needs to be washed desperately. Does Gabe have a YouTube channel? Yes, but he only posts Melee edits on it. That is all. That's all that Gabe from Purple Cliff posts. It is just Melee edits. So your mileage may vary. I don't draw. I need to learn to draw. I need an excuse to learn how to draw, and streaming would be a good excuse for that. What's Melee? Smash Bros. Melee. But I don't know who I'm gonna like commission to get a PNG tuber made yet. I have like some posing. Hold on. I don't know if one of those luchas just sparkled, and if it did, we might have already wasted too much time. Boom, 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 boom. Why are y'all talking about me streaming without clothes on? This is not that kind of stream. I thought I heard a shiny sound, and it distracted me a lot. Okay, there we go. What Pokemon Evil teams from the mainline series do you think have the best outfits? Let me think. Rocket's always classic. Okay. Magma and Aqua. Aqua's really good. Magma, like the girls in the hoodies, kind of vibe with those as well. Yeah. Galactic is sauceless. Plasma is so sauceless. Oh my god, Plasma's terrible. Team Flare is sauceless. Aether Foundation / Team Skull. Team Skull kind of cooks. Team Skull cooks a little bit. Team Yell, yeah, no, they aren't exactly great. None of the evil teams. I have to say Team Magma, Team Aqua. Team Magma, Team Aqua. Yeah, but N isn't like the grunt uniform, you know? He's just a guy. Oh, N's dad, yeah. He's also just a guy. What was the team from Taldea? Star, right? Yes, Team Star, I guess they do have a uniform, but it's just the school uniform. They all just wear the school uniform. Basically. Yeah, they got no sauce. They got no sauce. I have the Team Star Grunt card. It got nothing. Where is that binder, by the way? I have no idea what I did with that binder. Like, where did I put that? My binder with my trainer cards in it. I haven't seen it since I got back from break. I don't know where I put it. I know no one's been in this apartment, though, so it's clearly still here somewhere. Yeah, like, they did a little bit to the uniform, but, like, it doesn't... I don't like the Scarlet and Violet uniforms. All the admins are cooking, exactly. All of, like, the bosses of Team Star, they're cooking. But we're strictly talking about the grunt uniforms here. I saw green. We can reset. Where'd my card binder go? What did I do with it? Surely I put it, like, somewhere around here. Where did it... Card binder. Because I had my other binders back there. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, Mela cooks, Airy cooks. Who's the fairy type one? Is fairy type one Atticus or is no, Atticus is the poison type one. He's fine. Ortega cooks. Ortega's got peak outfit. Oh my lord. See, this is something that, like, if I had my binder with me of the characters in it, I could show and be like, look, they're cooking. But I don't know where my binder is. The fairy one was Ortega. That was Ortega. We know I vibe with pink-haired motherfuckers. We know that. We can tell. Rainbow guy? Rainbow guy? What? Rainbow guy? Oh yeah, Mela can't exactly move in those boots, I agree. But she do have the style. I like Atticus romantically because he's such a gentleman. Fair choice. What's your favorite and least favorite starter? Favorite's either Cynical or Sprigatito. Least favorite is probably someone from Unova. Tepig, probably. Tepig's ugly. Tepig's terrible. I hate Tepig. I love Alima. That man helped me realize I was lesbian. He does complicated things to people, okay? I may or may not have like 30 of his card. His full art card. Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon, make some more pink-haired gay boys. Where are they at? Last one was Milo. Milo is pretty pink-haired and pretty gay. No, last one would have been Ortega. You know what? They've actually been making plenty of pink-haired gay boys. I guess Urbane's a pink-haired gay boy. Although I like Tawny more. I like Tawny for being very gay. Y'all seen that picture of Tawny and the protag? You know the one. Y'all seen that one? It's pretty good. It's pretty. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty good. Y'all see that comic? You know that comic where the, you know, it's the male protag, but they come back a little different by the end of the day. Hyacinth, kind of. She doesn't count. She doesn't count. Her hair's too long and too not pink, and too much not a boy. Tawny is the female version of the DA rival. Yeah. I also want Tawny to be lesbians with me. I think Tawny should be lesbians with everyone. I think there's enough Tawny to go around. Need some butch lesbians? Let me think. I feel like there's some... Is there not a named character who, like, fits that really well? Yeah, Tawny's not a minor. Do not let any... She paying taxes. She's running a company. That's actually... okay, in a completely not weird way, that is a short that I want to make a video on. Just the characters of the protagonist... Or, sorry, the ages of the protagonists of Pokemon games. And I came to this, okay? I came to this conclusion just because, like... I wanted to know if in Legends ZA, Corbeau's age would line up with, like, Silver's age to the point where Giovanni abandons his biological son to go raise someone else. I wanted to know if that could be canon. Unfortunately, Silver doesn't have a confirmed age, so I have no clue if that could be canon or not. But it did lead to me looking up the ages of all the pro tags. Gen 1, it's 11. Gen 2, it's unknown. Gen 3, it's 12. Gen 4, it's unknown, but likely less than 15. Gen 5, it's 14 or 15. Gen 5 Part 2, it's unknown. Gen 6, it's like 17, which is crazy. Giovanni has ties Corbeau. It's revealed in the DLC that Giovanni raised him a little bit. It's really weird. It's a really weird detail. That was the surprising thing, that, like, in X and Y, you're, like, 17. Because you're older than Emma, and Emma is 16. But I wanted to know if, like, Silver was the right age that it would line up. That, like, Corbeau would have been the same age at the time, and Giovanni just abandoned his biological son to raise someone else's. Sad part about Tawny and Urbane is that they will never show again because that requires gender confirmation. Yeah, they're a little bit restricted to Pokemon Masters and just random one-off Easter egg appearances. Catch you later, Reflex. There's a chance Giovanni abandoned his biological son, raised a completely different child in France, and then just killed himself. Yeah, there is a chance that that happened. Gonna be honest, I would do unspeakable things to AZ. Oh, I would too. Don't you worry. You're not alone there. You're not alone there. I get it. I get it. When they first revealed the new AZ design, I was kind of like, wow, that is one old twink. Twink death did not affect him until, you know, until regular death affected him. Silver is Corbeau? Oh my god, you're cooking. You're cooking. That could line up, I think. Okay, we don't know how old Corbeau is, so like... I have seen the leaks. Oh, we're not going to be talking about those. I like them. We're not going to be talking about them in any detail, though. I'm not going to make a short about them. I only make shorts on stuff that, like, hits shelves in Japan a few days early and someone gets their hands on it, you know? I don't make shorts on stuff that gets stolen off the factory floor. That's where I draw that line. It's too early. It's too early to be, like, jump scaring people with those. How goes the deer? It's not red. It's still green. Did that actually happen, though? Someone stole from a factory? I mean, that's the only way it could have happened. That's the only place those cards would be. It's not the next set that leaked. It's the set after the next set that leaked. You know? It's not Perfect Order that leaked. It's the set after Perfect Order that leaked. The only places that would have that at this point are, like, the factory floor. Have you seen Starmie's anime French cry? I know about the French and their freaky Pokemon cries, okay? Pussy? Pussy? I know. Eventually, we're gonna get Pink Lemonade Deer. It's gonna happen. If we believe hard enough. I should have been counting the resets, but I didn't count the resets. We're stuck here. We're stuck here until we get the deer because I foolishly came in here. Isn't Starmie's French cry just Ramon? I don't remember. I was doing Goldines. Hope the Mega Fable card that will eventually be in Perfect Order ends up being playable, and the SIR has Jacinth on it. I don't know if they're doing, like, character SIRs. Because, like, they're obviously giving us a bunch of character cards in Mega Ascended, but that might be, like, the end of, like, putting characters in those. I don't know. I did not manage to buy it in Perfect Order. I was unlucky with the drop. I didn't manage to get any. So, we'll see what I get to open of that. Hopefully I get to open a lot, because it doesn't seem like people are too thrilled about that set. Like, it's a set the size of Phantasmal Flames without Charizard. And I'm hoping we go to this, like, we go back to just printing a couple non-scalper sets, you know? Pokemon printed too many scalper sets. We need a couple to just be regular. Start digging in your butt, twin. Find it funny that Mega Fable doesn't even use its wings to fly, it just controls gravity. Is that right? Oh. Oh my. Should get a new Let's Go Eevee copy and make a shiny Living Dex? Well, getting a new copy won't, like, give you access to new save data. Save data is based on the console. Love that Arbok evolves into Swiper reference in this game. I know, it's so funny. I popped off when I saw that. I popped off. Do you have the Shiny Charm? Yes, I do. Our chances are like 1 in 700. Because we only have Shiny Power 2. Because I foolishly came in here with Shiny Power 2. So that's what we're stuck with. It's what we're stuck with. It's what we gotta live with. Oh, you don't have a copy in years. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I gotcha. I'm getting sleepy. It was green. Anything else I brought back that I need to show off still? I'm still concerned. Where are my cards? Where did my cards go? How get fall flavored Chikorita distortions? Do I just bench until I get a grass one? Yeah. Have I seen a Chikorita one yet? I don't know. I think, like, the starter ones aren't, like, 5 stars. Like, you can just get them normally. You don't have to do the special scans. You do just kind of sit there until you manage to get one to pop up. I think if you go on Cerebi, it might show you which specific star levels can have them, so you know which ones to check. But I got my shiny Chikorita from Zone 20. I got lucky. My brother recently dyed his hair Miku blue? I kid you not. I used to have blue hair. I had, like, ninja blue hair. And then I got pink hair, and then I had purple hair. And then I stopped dyeing my hair weird colors. My whimsy was gone. Don't know if this is a common question, but do you have a favorite Pokemon game / gen? The Ultra games, Ultra Sun and Moon. I like Gen 7 a lot, and I like the Ultra games more than the regular ones. I think they add a lot. And don't mess up the story as much as most people say. Scarlet and Violet DLC to hunt Chikorita, but then you don't have it in this game. What if you want to get it in this game? If it's in Scarlet and Violet, it's in Scarlet and Violet. You can't transfer it here yet. You know? Also, you gotta do the DLC. You gotta, like, unlock it. You gotta play through all Scarlet Violet and the DLC. Stop being green. Why are you green? I also think it will generally probably go faster once you have the distortion in this game. It is just a matter of getting the distortion. Like, I've never had a shiny hunt in a distortion take super long in this game. The only ones I've had taken forever are things like this and the Dratini. Me when I'm Walter White and also colorblind? What did I say? Oh. Why are you green? Need Breaking Bad of that scene, except Walter just says a different wrong color every time. Why are you blue? Why was he blue? I always forget why he was blue. I've seen the scene in context, but I feel like I just get memory hold that I can never hold on to the information of why Jesse actually was blue. Do you know what the odds are for this hunt? Like 1 in 700-ish. I don't know how many resets we're doing per, like, minute, though. He had just destroyed the meth lab because his parents got the house back? Oh. And that made him blue. Yes, of course. The natural blue-making activity. Let's go check the Simi Sages for once. None of them are sparkly. Alright, bye, guys. How do you film on your Switch? You get a capture card. I have one from a company called NZXT. It costs around 80 bucks. But there are other options. Fell in a porta potty with that cleaner stuff that's blue. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna make you blue. I think that's gonna make you, want to die. I see you. You're green. Got my girlfriend watching Breaking Bad after 2 years begging. She's hooked and we're on the final season. It's so good. It's so good. I really want to watch Pluribus, but I don't have Apple TV, so... I don't care enough to buy Apple TV to watch one show. Will you be going to Houston Regionals this March? I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's a chance. Like, that's not that far. If Jack... If Purple Cliff Jack wants to go, and, like, we get a car together to go down, I'd be vibing with that. My car is not in good shape, guys. My car is not in great shape. I drove a regular car for a couple weeks. A car that works. And the steering did this thing where it was, like, actually responsive. And, like, put up resistance. And then I got back to my car. And my car doesn't do that. My car doesn't do that. It has a very loose steering wheel. So that's... Ooh. Ooh, mama. Yeah. So my car going to Houston, not the greatest idea. Me being in someone else's car going to Houston. Chad, I should really get a new car. But also, if I move back to Pennsylvania, then I'll just have to, like, change over all the papers and stuff again. So I kind of just want to, like, live it out and see if my car survives, you know? Gotta invest in more Kirby plushies? This is a good idea. I actually like this idea a lot. Yeah, fuck buying cars. Invest in Kirby. Invest in Curb Coin. Yeah, I mean, the car works. It just is a little weird about it. And, the odometer runs a little weird and counts more miles than I actually drive. You know. But yeah, I might go to Houston. I mean, Houston's so close by. I could definitely see it happening. I definitely should go to, like, some Pokemon events. I don't know. I'd love to go to Worlds. Unfortunately, no clue when the tickets for that are going on sale anymore. No clue what they did with that. They're supposed to go on sale in September, which I thought was too soon to begin with, but I don't know. I mean, it is unfortunate that Worlds is in the US, but, like, they can't exactly change it at this point. Those contracts are done so far in advance that, like, you can't do anything about it. We'll see if there still is a United States by the time Worlds happens, actually. That's a toss-up. That's kind of a toss-up. We might not be doing too hot by then. What do you think is the most overrated Pokemon on Earth? Well, it's not Pikachu. Somehow I don't think it's Pikachu. I think he's very properly rated. It might be Charizard. It might be Charizard. I'm not necessarily not the biggest fan of him. Yeah. It'll be a small miracle if Worlds happens. If it, like, actually happens. I mean, what are the odds I get invited as a guest, guys? Probably not that high. Because they didn't want me last year. Competing in the regionals is fun, but it is a very big energy draw. It is a lot of energy. You need to be prepared for it to be a sort of, like, stamina gauntlet, unfortunately. Because, like... How many matches is it? Ugh. It's like 9 rounds with 3 games in each round. If you're going to time every single time, you won't have a break in between. What is Worlds? Pokemon Worlds. Pokemon World Championships. They're in San Francisco this year. If you're playing VGC, oh, if you're playing VGC, it's a lot less, it's a little bit less taxing. TCG is a gauntlet, though. Internats might be nice to go to again, though. Internats is in New Orleans. New Orleans is great. I don't know. What are the odds that I actually get, like, Worlds tickets 2 years in a row, though? You know, hopefully I do. Actually, while this isn't shiny, let's, like, hit it really hard and see what happens. Okay, so we can hit it with a Fire Blast and then a Flamethrower. Oh, and that does that. Okay. Good to know, good to know. What's the Pokemon card miniseries where the child becomes the best in the world in 4 11-minute episodes? Path to the Peak? Is that Path to the Peak? Is that what that's called? That was okay. I think it was a little too optimistic about, what the reality of competing is actually like. I think it's setting up kids for a little bit of disappointment. Not even, like, in that they won't be good, but in, like, that, you know... People aren't necessarily going to be nice. When you're playing the TCG, there's a lot of, like... Yeah, people are generally very cold to you. It's generally more encouraged that... I don't know how to say what I want to say. Got us called a slur at the last local TCG thing I went to. Yeah. I mean, not that bad most of the time, but yeah. In my experience, it's never been like a perfectly optimistic, everyone's there to have a good time situation, you know? That was my takeaway from that series, where I was like, well... There's a lot of click behavior. There's a ton of click behavior. Where, like, you will not generally be welcomed in with open arms by everyone, and, like, they will go out of their way to, like, make sure you feel unwelcome. Pro players generally do think they're better than you. They will act like it. They think they are better people than you. And they will act like that in general. Yeah, kids are generally fine. Kids are generally fine. Like, once you start getting to teenagers, that's where the issues start. But, like, juniors and kids generally are fine. That is true. Like, the junior division will... there's none of that behavior in junior division. They're just fucking kids. They haven't learned to be cruel to each other yet. But in my experience, when I was playing, like, competitively, it could generally get very cliquey, and, like, you wouldn't get the time of day from people who thought that they played better than you, and thought that they were superior because they played better than you, you know? But that is why you go to Pokemon events and you play in the side events. Because everyone playing in the side events at a Pokemon thing is there because they want to play the game. Everyone who's doing random side stuff at a tournament is there because they want to play the game. Everyone who is like 0-3, everyone who gets past 0-3 in a tournament and is just playing at the lower tables is there because they love playing the game. So like if you just avoid the best possible players and like stay out of those top tables, you will have a good time. The worse you play, the better time you will have, because you'll start to meet the people who actually love the game. You know? I need to, like, actually go to an event and play side events sometime. Because usually I just go to vibe. That generally seems to be it. Like, I go with my friends and I vibe with my friends. But then, like, my friends do stuff and I'm like, oh, I don't have anyone to do anything with. And I get sad out of a situation my own creation. Yeah, that side event Purple Pit video was really fun. Like, that's the type of thing. Like, if you go off and do random side stuff, it's fun. But you also need to pay money for that. You need to pay money for the side events, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, starting at the local level and making friends there and then, like, grouping up with them to go to bigger events is nice. It's just, it is a tough thing to, like, force to make happen, you know? Catch you later, Gummy. I need to, like, play Pokemon more. We need to get back to playing, like, the online client. Doing a little bit of TCG Live. Gave up on leaving, so I returned. Welcome back, Reflex. We still don't have it. We've just been talking about, like, Pokemon tournaments and, you know, that sort of thing. I don't know, it is weird, because, like... I don't know what the solution is, you know? Like, cliques are always going to form in that sort of environment for some reason. And there's no solution to... Like, you can't force someone to, like, hang out with people. Thanks so much, Totally Human. Human. I'm glad you think I'm pretty. Ruff! I'll bark for that. What's your favorite Mega Starter evolution? This one. This one. What's the button? This one. Oh, I need to be in a battle first. This one. This one. Do I not have enough juice? Oh, Meganium's still evolved. Oh, my mistake. It's Delphox. Anyway, catch you later, Sweep. Adopt an introvert. That can quickly become an issue of itself. Don't put people up for adoption. Yeah, going with your own group helps, but, like, you know, sometimes your own group is, like, with other groups, and then you're not part of those other groups, and so, like, you don't have anything to do, and you're kind of just like, oh, okay, you know? Which is a little unfortunate. I don't know how it applies to me, though. You know? If I were to go to an event at this point, like, things get a little bit weird and skewed because of who I am. Being nice should be a rule, like how Yu-Gi-Oh! Had to do that for showering. Yeah, what's going on with Yu-Gi-Oh, guys? Showering, it's not that hard. It's a little hard, but it's not that hard. Listen to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. We can do New Leaf. We can do a little bit of New Leaf music. Oh, New Horizons, the upgrade pack comes out soon. We get to play with the new stuff, the version 3.0 stuff. What do we want to start with? Let's do some 5 p.m. Yeah. Yeah. Are the ears attached to the headset, or is it separate? Well, they're attached to my body. So they just sort of are there. I don't even know what the headset is playing right now. I can't hear it. It's just for aesthetics. I can't hear a damn thing. They are separate from the headset. They are their own thing. That's too loud. I made my Animal Crossing too loud. There we go. I don't know. Pokemon events can just be overwhelming. The bigger Pokemon events especially. Like, locals usually aren't going to be that overwhelming. There's not going to be too many people there. It's going to be easier to just, like, you know, do what you came there to do and meet people along the way. Bigger Pokemon events can be very overwhelming through the amount of people and the not knowing where to be and what's going on, and I always get very overwhelmed in, like, big crowds. What are we hunting? Virizion. What's the Pikachu frame on the wall? Pikachu frame. There's a couple things back there. There's a poster advertising some plushes. That's a drawing that Geekle Gal made for me. Those are the two things that look like they're in a frame. I'm a woman. Yeah, worlds got very easily overwhelming. I mean, especially with the culture of what Pokemon is right now, of like, there's definitely people that are there just to be opportunists and you don't know who you're gonna run into. What were your thoughts on Lego Pokemon revealed yesterday? Right, Lego Pokemon, okay. Alright. It looks ugly and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know what they were cooking. I wanted locations with like minifigs and fun stuff like that. They gave really ugly looking statues. And they just gave us ugly looking statues. I'm not gonna spend $650 on a Lego statue that's always gonna look like Lego when I could just buy a really nice statue for that price. Like, I don't get the point of Legos that are that expensive of a thing that you can just buy a nice pre-made statue of, you know? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of making that? I like the Kanto gym badges. Yeah, they made the best sets like not available on their own. The Kanto gym badges are cool. That's a cool thing that would be fun to make out of Legos that isn't just like a general statue. You can only get that as a pre-order bonus with the other statue. The Pokemon Center is really cool. Love that build. You can only get that through Lego's like loyalty rewards program. Like, what are they cooking? They made it for the audience that they have right now instead of... They made it for, like, the scalper audience that they have right now instead of, like, long-term fans. And with the vision of getting new fans. And, you know... They didn't make it for the everyman. They made it for scalpers. And it's kind of like, why? Like, you don't want scalpers in your game. You don't want them buying up all your products. Why do you encourage it by making stuff like that? You know? I already have a VTuber model to save up. I'm not spending $650. Exactly. You can buy so much cooler stuff that was $650. I can buy a bunch of those figures that have the Pokemon trainers with the dragon types. That's what I'm getting right now. You can get a bunch of... You can get like 10 of those for $650. You can get 10 of those figures, and they're not half bad. You can get 2.5 Nia Xenoblade figures for $650. It's crazy. I miss when Pokemon was about little guys and large women. When was Pokemon about large women? Hold on. When was Pokemon about large women? When was Pokemon about large women? I want to know. I want to know when that occurred. I would very much like to see that. The bottom or top half of the figurine? Well, the top half, I mean, it can't really stand on its own. Buy a whole ass PC for 60 if you can. Do the Kirby by the TVs, or the TV by the Kirby's work? Yes, that does work. I turn it on sometimes. It's hooked up to a VCR. That's like over that way. Yes, the cords were exactly as tough to set up as you think they were. You believe it enough, it never stopped being about little guys and large women. This is true. I do my part to make this more and more true every day. Sweeped isn't here, so I just did that for myself. I don't know how to help you coming out to your parents. My parents were always generally accepting of that sort of thing, so I don't really have any advice for it. Pokemon Snivy. 650 is like 130 McChickens or something. I guess if a McChicken is like 60 or $6, maybe. You buy crappy fursuit? You can't. You can buy a crappy fursuit for a lot cheaper. You gotta go get the Spirit Halloween fursuit. I've seen them. But like, you can get such cooler statues for the price that they're charging for the Lego stuff. The Pikachu one's $200. For $200, I can get a way cooler Pikachu statue. I don't get the point of like Legos as like a figure, you know? Just buy a nice figure. Like the Eevee one's fine. It's alright. But even that one doesn't look great. I want to build stuff like the Pokemon Center one. Which means that I'll probably just buy like a bootleg of the Pokemon Center one. Would you buy a life-size Cynthia plush if they made one? Not a plush. That's weird. Now life-size Cynthia standee? Sure. I'll pose next to my queen. Actually, let's go bigger. Let's go like the one Nepo baby. Make big Cynthia Sandy. Do you have any Sprigatito plushies? I do. I have a really big one. It's on my bed right now though, so I'm not gonna go grab it. I DoorDashed it to my apartment because I didn't realize that it would end up being DoorDashed. I thought it would just like ship normally. So, you know, one day it just shows up to my door after getting shipped like 3 hours earlier. I'm like, oh, all right. I don't know what that person was saying, but they got nuked. I'm gonna buy them after I get Pokopia. Pokopia is a great investment. I cannot wait for that game. That game's probably gonna be so fun. It's made by the Dragon Quest Builders devs, and Dragon Quest Builders is already a good game. Put Pokemon in that, gonna be peak. I don't know if like any Pokemon YouTubers are gonna care about it. I don't know if there's gonna be like some great migration towards making Pokopia content, but I'm gonna stream it a lot. Because we can start from like square one and see as things progress. I'm gonna listen to 7 PM now. Oh, that's the one. That's the ticket. Hold on. Oh. I'm also really excited to see if there's like actual lore in Pokopia. Because so far, the stuff that they've shown in the teasers is so interesting, and I desperately want to know if it's going to get elaborated on, or if you're just going to be a vaguely post-apocalyptic Kanto, and no one's ever going to mention it. Seems like it very goes on the second channel type game for a lot of Poketubers. It does. I'm gonna be on. I think the only person who could put it on first channel, and this is a full endorsement and compliment to her channel, is Party Arlie. I think Party Arlie puts that on the first channel and gets 1 million views. And that's why her channel is peak. Pokopia is only a game key card, though, right? I have to download that. Pokemon Alien Kid. Because I'm, like, out of Switch space. I am, like, out of space on my Switch. I have, like, 10 gigs left. So I need to, like, delete stuff to make room. I don't know what's taking up so much room. It might be Fortnite. I might have accidentally re-downloaded Fortnite. On my Switch. That might be the issue. Which, by the way, I want to do a Fortnite stream again. I want to play some Fortnite. Pokopia is 10 gigs? Well, then maybe I got enough spot. Maybe I got enough slots. Hold on, let's see. Let's see what we got installed. Data management. I got 11 gigs worth. I got 11 gigs worth. What's big in here? Mario Kart World, Smash Ultimate, Pokemon Sword. These are all some hard. I can't delete any of these. Ace Angler Fishing Spears. I could delete that. We could delete that one. Moto Racing Utopia. We could get that out of here. Fortnite is not downloaded, which is concerning. Because it wasn't Fortnite taking up all my space. And Balatro a few times over. I got Balatro on my phone. I am set on Balatro. That's a phone game. That's a game you need to whip out at a moment's notice. I buy very few phone games. That's a phone game. I got Balatro and I got Game Dev Tycoon. A good set of games. Oh, and the Animal Crossing phone game. I bought that too. But I keep forgetting to actually play it. What is Micah responding fuck yeah to? What cool things is Phil showing? Oh, they're talking about the One Piece card game. Y'all doing anything with the One Piece card game? Because I'm just not interested. I have not interacted with One Piece at all. I have no interest in One Piece. It seems like another situation in which a lot of people don't have any interest in it, and they're just, you know, scalping. Scalping the scalp. Yeah, I'm getting Pokopia. Like, I could maybe see myself reading One Piece someday in the future, but... I don't care. Yeah, it does seem like it has good art, but, like... I don't know. How long have I been trying to get the shiny? 2 hours, 15 minutes today. However, I've done a little bit of resetting on my own. Like an hour or two of resetting my own. I haven't been keeping count, though. I forgot to set up the counter. Game Metopia is underrated. I played it back on the 3DS, and it was alright. It was really long. Metopia was, like, ungodly long for no reason. And so, like, that kind of soured me on it. Tomodachi Life I don't know. Tomodachi Life feels like it has less to do, but, like, it's more entertaining. You know? So I'm excited for that to come out instead. Yeah, I can't really be bothered to be interested in any other card game but Pokemon. Yo, did y'all see the Power World card game? Did you all see we're getting Power World card game? I might buy a few packs of Power World. I'm not gonna lie. I might buy a few packs of Power World, see what happens. Ugh. I like Power World. There's a couple pals that I like. I like Depresso. I'm a big Depresso fan. These are the pals I can remember the name of right now. It is really funny how the Power World card game getting announced, like, reignited everyone just, like... It reignited this weird war that I don't think anybody actually enthusiastically cares about between Pokemon and Power World. Where, like, there's a bunch of people getting excited for the card game just because they don't like Pokemon. And they only like Power World because they don't like Pokemon. And then there's a bunch of people who are, like... saying that Power World is a failure and this is their last resort option because they do like Pokemon, and I don't think, like, either of these are true. You know, I don't think, like, either side is very enthusiastic about actually liking the property. They just hate the other one. I like both games. I liked Pal World. Pal World was fun. It's just like Pal World was fun and then it was done, you know? There's no Pal World 2, so I haven't played Pal World. I played Pal World and I had a good time with it. What's your favorite anime, if you like anime? My favorite anime is Steins Gate. I'm a big Steins Gate fan. I would highly recommend it if you've never checked it out. It does seem like a little bit of a slow start when you're watching it. Hopefully the mystery will, like, compel you immediately. But once it gets going, there's a point at which it gets going, and you'll know what point it is. Once it gets going, it gets going. Am I able to draw you as a Pokemon trainer? Send it to me? You can. Generally, my Pokesona design is this. This lab coat lady, Professor Mia. But if you want to draw me as, like, whatever kind of trainer is fine. Friend said the Pokemon story is repetitive, so I sat him down and proved how every game has a different story and new content. Yeah. I don't know. Some of the Pokemon stories are better than others, but generally you get a good variety, yeah. Scarlet and Violet's weird, because I remembered Scarlet and Violet's story being really good, but it's really only that, like, last hour that, like, stands out to me. But that last hour is so good. Like, that last hour pops off so hard that I'm kind of just, like, want to forgive the rest of it for not having too much going on. Because I had to look up those scenes of, like, AI Toro and AI Sada, and, like, they just had pure aura in those scenes. Like, that was a finale for that game. And I feel like that finale hit better than Legends ZA's. Because Legends ZA's was just kind of weird. Garvai had such a good big three in its supporting cast that I genuinely forgot how little I cared about almost every other character. Yeah. Like, this... The Scarlet Violet cast is fine, but, like, it does get a little weird at the end where they all come together after not having done anything together before then. But then the end is so much fun, seeing them interact and, like, the dynamics that formed there. They just should have formed them, like, earlier. That's not my home button. Whoops. Okay, I didn't mean to take a screenshot of that. I like Scarlet and Violet. I think they're very good games. It's better than the story of Sword and Shield. I didn't care for the story of Sword and Shield. Legends EA finale gives every character a moment to shine except Emma. Yeah, what were they cooking with Emma in this game? Let her do things. I thought they were gonna let her do things in the DLC. Because there's that scene of her doing something in the trailer, and then that scene in the DLC isn't actually anything. I did like the DLC story. I did like this DLC story, but because, like, it was intriguing enough to keep it going, you know? Who else thinks Vola about to come back on Pokemon Day and Yu-Gi-Oh! Archon Z? I think he's coming back soon. I don't think they would put him in this game if they weren't planning on doing something real soon. Now, is that going to be in Gen 10? I don't know. I think he's back in the next Legends game, though. I think he's back in Legends Galar. For sure. I think he's gonna pop in. And then, like, we'll get, like, another past version of him, you know? And then later on, we'll get, like, another future version of it. We'll like, see him in the present day. I don't think we're getting any extra DLC for this game. I think this game is done. But I think it's gonna, like, build to him still being alive in, like, Legends Galar. Even though Legends Arceus would be, like, before it. Possibly. And then it's gonna be like, okay, well, he's still alive in the present day. We'll see him in a present day game after that. Legends Eternatus? That's probably what it will be, right? Well, no, because they don't have to, like, make it a Pokemon name. Legends EA was a weird thing. Legends Darkest Day? I don't know. Legends Dynamax? Legends Dynamax would be a badass name for a game. Pokemon Legends Dynamax? Oh my god, can you imagine that? Scarlet and Violet had 3 DLCs? Sorta. Hey, I mean, it had that extra story at the end. Oh my god, if it's called Legends Dynamax and I just called that... Ugh. Pokemon Legends Eternal? That would go hard, too. Legends Gun. No. I mean, yeah, but like... Legends Canon, Legends... Eternatus is kind of the gun Pokemon when you think about it. He do have a big-ass cannon. Pokemon Company is also rushing to get everything out before announcing Gen 10, though. I think if more DLC was coming, we'd know about it. Yeah, that's the reason that there is no more DLC coming, because, like, it just... They had to rush out the previous one, and that's all they ever planned for, because they went over budget with, like, Scarlet and Violet. Want Legends of Alola so badly because they could cook so hard? They could! They could cook so hard with Legends of Alola. That's the one I would want. Pokemon Legends Ultra or something. Pokemon Legends... Dimensions. Pokemon Legends Beasts. What game do you think has the worst DLC? I don't know. Because, like, Sword and Shield, the DLC... The first DLC is kind of stinky. But the second DLC has Dynamax Adventures, and those are pretty fun. And, like, Peony's a fun character. Scarlet and Violet probably has the best DLC. Legends ZA might be in between. I do sort of like what Legends ZA was putting down. I do like the story in Legends ZA's DLC. Parts of it feel grindy, but... Corbeau accidentally developed a parasocial dad being with Volo. Oh. Imagine Corbeau is just linked to every single villain character in the entire franchise. Oh yeah, didn't you know? Getz is my uncle. He gave me a Wii at Christmas one day. Yeah. Legend Celebi would make so much sense with Celebi being able to time travel. Yeah. But I don't know if I want, like, a time travel Legends game, you know? If they were gonna do, like, Ocarina of Time, you go back and forth between times and, like, change stuff, that would be cool, but I don't think they would do that. I think it would just wind up being annoying and having to travel between 2 different maps or something. That are completely separate. They could do some good... I don't trust them to cook with time travel, like, actual time travel is involved in the game as a mechanic. I don't trust them. I was looking at Vending Machine Kirby's mouth. I wanted to know what was in there. There's nothing in there. Wish they could do an Animal Crossing New Horizons, or wait, DLC and be updated in ways, because the DLC was broken up in a way that elongated the lifespan of the game. I don't think these are games that need to have their lifespan elongated, though. I think, like, the people who are going to keep going back to them are going to keep going back to them regardless. And the people who just pick them up as a single-player thing are going to pick them up as a single-player thing and then be done with them. I don't think it's something that needs to be live service. Corbeau be like, oh yeah, my Aunt Lusamine, haven't seen her in a while. Hope she isn't crazy or anything. I mean, need we forget, bro looks like he's related to Kieran and Carmine already. Kieran kind of a villain. I don't know. I feel like they need to make too many Legends games and they don't have enough team to make more than, like, 1 every 3 years. Which is crazy that they were able to get this one out that fast. Are we just going, like, main series game, Legend game from now on? Because I could vibe with that. What deer are you hunting for, wise gay lady? We're hunting for the grass deer. We're going to make it shine pink like pink lemonade. Catch you later, Giggle Gal. Yeah, any villain in Pokemon. Just chilling with Corbeau. Oh yeah, Cyrus? Yeah, no. That guy that I saw in the Distortion World that one time? Oh yeah, I've been to the Distortion World. You know. Wow. That guy who I, like, gave a Hot Pocket in the Distortion World? Of course. Gen 3 would be a good concept for a Legends game. I don't need to go back to Gen 3. I'm done with Gen 3. We don't need to go back there. Hoenn, nah. Although, like, there is a little bit in this game that, like, seems extra funky with Hoenn. Like, they seem to have retconned Hoenn a little bit in this game, which is interesting. This game does not exist on the same timeline as Oras. I mean, which we already knew because Archie's white, but, you know. Hunting for Deerling or Saws? I am hunting for Virizion. We got Virizion here. Feel bad for Kieran because we stole Ogerpon from him, his dream, and then he fails to Master Ball. He does fail to Master Ball on the Legendary. Bro got so screwed over by not being the pro tag. Bro got so screwed over by not being the pro tag, and it's unfair. He wanted to be protagonist so bad. I feel like if you get a Master... If you as a non-pro tag get a Master Ball, you deserve to use it. Let him have a Pokemon that we never get to have. Alright? Have a Pokemon game where there's just a Pokemon that the player doesn't get for a while. Or, like, is only gonna be released in DLC or a later game. Just let the player not have something. That would be so much fun. People would hate it. People would hate it. But I think it needs to happen eventually. I think there should be a case in which a trainer gets to have a Pokemon that you, the pro tag, just don't get to have. And it's not part of the Pokedex, and you don't have to get it. It just is there. AZ's Floette, exactly. Except for, you know, we get it in this game. But yes, good example. Good example in X and Y. AZ's Floette. It kind of counts. Like, it is still a Floette. But it is kind of cool that they stuck to that. Even if they meant to make an event at one point or another. Well, welcome in, Jonah. We are shiny hunting shiny Virizion right now. It is a slow and arduous process. Forced trade in game is part of the lore? Ooh. Interesting thought. You get all attached to your Pokemon, you give it a little nickname, and then, like, in order to progress, you have to trade it to someone else for something that, like, actually lets you progress. That could be heartbreaking. And then you, like, get it back later. Pokemon needs to do more stuff like other RPGs where, like, you just lose a party member. Where, like, you just have a character that randomly dies. And it's like, oh, can't use that one anymore. Effort you put into that one is gone down the drain. Bye-bye. You know? Like, other RPGs do things where, like, there's party members you can't get. There's, like, people who will, like, fight with things that you can't have. Or, like, you have a temporary party member who only joins for a certain part of the story. Or, like, dies. Pokemon needs something like that. Only occasionally given nicknames, like my Talonflame, which survived on 1 HP while poisoned, fighting Arbok, now 1 HP legend. Very fair, very fair. I always forget to give nicknames. I don't know if any of my team is nicknamed right now. I think Xenoblade 2 does the temporary party member the best. Spoilers for Xenoblade 2, okay? It's not like late game spoilers, alright? It's like mid-early game spoilers. In Xenoblade 2, you meet a character named Vandam, alright? And he joins your party. And if you go into his stat pages, like, he has a bajillion skill. He has just as many skills as any other character that are still locked and, like, will require you to take as much time as any other character would to level them up. Like, he is skilled out as if you will have him for the whole game, and then he dies at the end of the chapter you get him. They gave him a bunch of fake-ass skills that, like, they gave him a whole fake-ass skill tree so that you thought you were sticking around with him. They gave him a whole fake set of skills so that you thought he was there for the long haul. Which I respect in an insane degree. Xenoblade 3 does something similar, which is very funny. Xenoblade 3 is even funnier. Xenoblade 3 has, like, 5 tutorials in the beginning of the game explaining how, like, flame clocks work and how, like, oh, if you don't kill enough enemies, like, you'll get weak and, like, things will suck and you'll get a bunch of debuffs and, like, it'll be awful. And it explains how you're, like, tethered to this clock for your colony and, like, you need to kill enemies to keep it working or else a bunch of bad things will happen. And then, like, an hour later, you shatter it apart, and that mechanic is never a thing for the rest of the game. Like, it spends all this time explaining a fake mechanic so that you feel more immersed as one of the characters. Which is so funny. Xenoblade is goated. If you haven't played Xenoblade, play Xenoblade. Arcanine should be the main legendary in the Legends game? Ooh. He is the legendary Pokemon. It would be pretty cool. Like, to take one random Pokemon and, like, just elaborate on its lore so much. Maybe, like, the first Arcanine. Like, take a regular Pokemon, make it special. I mean, obviously, this game does that with Floette. Give us a Xenoblade rant? What about it? I like Xenoblade. Xenoblade's cool. I don't have much to rant about it. Just go play it. I can't wait to see whatever the next Xenoblade is, because they've clearly been cooking. That February Nintendo Direct where they announced either Xenoblade 4 or Xenosaga Remastered is gonna go so hard. When we get the February Nintendo Direct, oh my lord. Like, oh. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Like, something's gonna happen in the February Nintendo Direct. And that's gonna indirectly lead to the world collapsing. In real life. It's gonna happen on, like, the same day that, like, the entire world ends. I can't wait for the February Nintendo Direct. There's gonna be a February Nintendo Direct, I swear. It's gonna be like February 21st. Wait. It's gotta be a Tuesday or a Thursday. Maybe a Wednesday. The 21st is Saturday. That's not a suitable Nintendo Direct day. Alright, let's make my call. I think the next Nintendo Direct is gonna be on February 17th, 2026. February 17th, 2026. That's the next Nintendo Direct. You can clip this and replay it when it inevitably gets announced on the 15th. Wait, no, it's gonna get announced on the 16th. It would get announced on the 16th. You know what? No. 18th. It's getting announced on the 18th. It's gonna be on the 19th. They like announcing on Wednesday and doing Direct on Thursday now. Gonna get announced on the 18th. It's gonna air on the 19th. And they're gonna announce a new Xenoblade. But it's not going to be a numbered title. It's going to have a different, like, subtitle to it. And it's going to be, like, the next age of the series. You know? Alternatively, they announced Xenosaga 1 through 3 Remastered. Because I don't think that they do just one Xenosaga. I think they do all of them in one bunch, because it's going to be relevant to the lore. For those who don't know what Xenosaga is, it's a PlayStation series that's fully canon to Xenoblade. Because they pulled some weird stuff. And it's owned by Bandai Namco. But Bandai Namco and Nintendo are chill, so it's, you know, it's fine. Cliffy switched in the corner. Yeah, he's like that. He's fine, don't worry. How do you feel about hard games? I like, you know. It depends. It depends on the content of the horror game. We played FNAF one time. That was fun. But that's like a YouTuber horror game. That's not like a real horror game. I like the Resident Evil games, but those are like action horror games. Action with like some light puzzle solving. I like PS1 style retro indie horror games. Just aesthetically. Because I was always a little spooked by like N64 looking games as a kid. You know? When I got my Cliffy, he was so flat in the packaging, I took before and after picture. It's true! He do be getting the BBL by pulling him out of that packaging. It was squishing all his organs together. Do you prefer Fat Pikachu or Slim Pikachu? I prefer like somewhere in between. There's like a perfect Pikachu level in between where like you just hold him like a sandwich and he just sort of like flops a little bit. Like he's not completely skinny, but he's not like ridiculously chubby. Are you get deer? I do not got the deer. Have you heard about 100x resist? I have not. That sounds very lesbian coded. Big stretch. What donut power are we running? We got grass shiny power 2. So we got shiny power 2. Not quite 3. If we're gonna do more of these, I should probably run 3. Should probably run 3. It would save us some time. Still better odds than the Dratini, though. The Dratini that took us like 10 hours. Oh, I'm getting sleepy. It's kind of lesbian coded, but not really all. There's like a very lesbian coded game that came out recently. What, Unbeatable? Unbeatable. Is that the lesbian coded game that came out recently? Running Sparkling 3 on these? Yeah. I can probably agree with that, but like at this point I just want to... It's sunk cost fallacy, you know? When am I gonna see Virizion again? If I leave this wormhole, the wormhole's gonna disappear. Hard Pokemon would go so hard? It would, but I don't think they'd ever make that, unfortunately. I would like Pokemon with slightly more darker implications, but even that, they're so committed to their brand at this point that they can't experiment. Use a backup save? Yeah, but then I lose the shinies that I caught in here. I caught a Holucha in here. And a Pansage. How lesbian you consider living in a society with 1,000 of your clones? My clones? 1,000 of my clones? Because that would very quickly get extremely lesbian. That would get lesbian very fast. I'd be all sorts of lesbian towards myself. What are the odds? About 1 in 700. Right? 1 in 700 and something. With a shiny sandwich, too. Ugh, I'm tired of looking at green pixels on my screen. I need to look at a pink pixel. Pokemon Snap, but it's a horror survival game? That could go hard. I'm telling you, anything with an N64 aesthetic just goes so much harder as a horror game. Because N64 graphics are so weird. They're so creepy looking. Throw me to my clones and I'm coming back clone pregnant. See, that doesn't work in either. So I'd very much like that explained to me how that, Huh. Well, it's not incest, it's impossible. I think. Chad, I may be broken. I may be broken. Like, clone pregnant, I cloned another clone. Well, who's pregnant in this situation? Who here is pregnant? Why are you pregnant? Some people say shiny hunting in this game is easy. Scarlet Violet got me so many shinies, I actually have to choose what type to shiny hunt. I only have 2 shinies in this game. Shiny hunting in this game gets easy, but it doesn't start out that way, yeah. Everyone is pregnant? The cloning vat. Which one of the clones is the cloning vat? Which one of the clones is serving as the cloning vat? Have you ever played Doki Doki Literature Club? No, and I know the twist, so, like, it doesn't work anymore. That's the issue with Doki Doki, is, like, if you know what's coming, like, you kind of already know what's coming, you know? It doesn't work if you know what Doki Doki Literature Club is. You gotta go into Doki Doki not knowing what Doki Doki Literature Club is. Which is why the Game Grumps playthrough of Doki Doki is so funny. Because, like, it is the ideal situation in which Aaron sets it up for Dan. They've played visual novels before. And so Dan just thinks it's a game that's gonna get a little sexy at some point. And that's why it's popular. And then they get to the moment, and he just is like, what the fuck? Yoki's Island worth it? I got it for like $2. I'm having fun with it. It's very WiiWare coded. It very much feels like a WiiWare game. I think that would be self-love if you do that with clone. Everyone should do their clone. Look, if you have the opportunity to do it with your clone and you find yourself attractive, just take it, you know? It's not gonna cause any issues. Where do you get your ears? I got it from a seller on Etsy, but they don't ship to America anymore, so... I think Cat Creature Cosplay was the seller. But if you're in America, they will not ship to you anymore. At least last time I checked. Maybe they have something around the tariffs now. But... last time I checked, they weren't shipping to America anymore. Because they're in Norway. No laws pertaining to... yeah, I guess. Oh, no, okay, they figured it out. I think they ship to America now. Okay, I think they fixed it. Yeah, free delivery, delivered to United States. Okay, yeah, they ship to America again. That's awesome. I might have to buy a second pair. I guess they figured out how to work with the tariffs. It is Cat Creature Cosplay. We all imagine cracking ourselves from another universe? Look, it seems like a pretty standard transgender experience, okay? And, like, there's all those people online who are like, oh my god, AGP, AGP. Cis people love themselves all the time. Cis people love the way they look all the time. Come on. Will you buy the Legos? No. They look ugly. I am not spending that much money on them. Got a shelf of Frigibax recently. Ooh. Frigibax is a tough Pokemon to get in this game. I don't know why they, like, locked him so late in the game. Love the ears. Thank you, thank you. I grew them myself. I'm buying the gym badges. The gym badges on the resale market are going to be so expensive. It's not going to be worth it. The gym badges aren't sold separately, so you're going to have to get them as a resale. And resale-wise on eBay right now, they're going for like 200, 300 bucks. Because they come with the $650 kit. What's your favorite Purple Clip video to edit? I like the Last to Leave videos. I like making the Last to Leave videos. You get to do a bunch of fun stuff with music in those. With, like, timing out the music specifically. Oh my god, like, Last to Leave Sinnoh near the end. The progression of the music is so much fun. You get to, like, put the story together in really fun ways. Frigiback's the little guy? He's the little guy. Frigiback's the little guy. Lego gym badges go hard? They do go hard, but, like, not for the price they're being charged for the secondhand market. I think my favorite set is the Pokemon Center set, but I'm not buying a bunch of Legos from Lego's website just to get it. You get a timeout for that one. That one's weird. That one's just weird. If it wasn't the Kanto gym badges, maybe. The Kanto gym badges I've seen so much at this point. Like, everyone does the Kanto gym badges. Please do a different gym badge. Please do a different gym badge at this point. I've seen so much Kanto gym badge merch. Do something else, guys. Kanto is not the only region with gyms. Have you gotten shiny Cobalion or Terrakion? No, I don't have a single shiny legendary in this game. Getting AI stream summary about you talking about clone pregnancy? That's very true. Very true. We should talk about it some more. That way that stream summary sticks around. What did I come back to? Oh, you weren't here for the conversation in the first place. Okay. Someone talked about... I think it was Cutie, actually. I remember the name being Green. Someone talked about, you know, how if they had a bunch of clones of themselves, you know, there would be clone pregnancy. You know? And I very much question that. Because I don't know that that's possible. I kind of feel like there's a couple reasons with that. Ugh. Alright, how many more resets do we do? I'm running on fumes. I'm running on fumes. Don't sleep on the SV gym badges? What do the Scarlet Violet gym badges look like again? It's not like Sword and Shield where they did that weird dial. Did Scarlet Violet have gym badges? What did Scarlet Violet have? 10 more? Okay. Alright, that one doesn't count. I want to go see what the Scarlet Violet gym badges look like real quick. Hold on. What do they look like? Circle with a type symbol? Let's go see. Let's go see. Scarlet Violet takes a lot longer to load than Legend ZA. They're also photos. Oh, right. They do the photos. Okay, how does Scarlet Violet work again? Okay. Oh. Yeah, those are kind of they're a little bit uggy. I don't like those. I'm not a fan of those. Yoko's Island is it's a pinball game. You play as a little guy, but you pinball him around the map. So like there's pinball flippers everywhere, and it's like a Metroidvania where you gotta explore a big map. But you have pinball flippers to like bash him around into places. It's fun. It's like a WiiWare style game. 1. Gen 5 has nice gem badges. I like the Gen 5 badges. I have the real set of those because they gave them out of Pokemon Leagues. They gave out a real set with a badge case you could order from the website. The Sword and Shield badges are kind of interesting, but I don't like that they only look good if they're all together, you know? I forget if that was 1 or 2, so we're gonna count that as 1. You know, the Sword and Shield gym badges only look good as one thing. I like Alola's being Z crystals. I think that's a fun idea. That was like one of my favorite things about Alola is that they did Z crystals instead. And so like you could get them for like other things. Like if you do the Team Skull hideout, you get a Z crystal. You don't have to do a gym to get a gym badge equivalent in that game. Right, and Galar has 2 extra badges, you're right. That's 3. Ugh. Like, conceptually, the Galar gym badges are cool. like being able to snap a new one into place every time. But until you have all of them, it's just kind of like, what are we doing here? And how do you even attach that? Where do you even keep that little dial thing? Yeah, Galar has 2 extra because it has version exclusive gyms. 4. Like, depending on which version of Gen 8 you play, you either get Gordy or Melanie, and you either get B or Alistair. Shield has the superior gym leaders. Because Shield has Melanie and Alistair, I think, right? And they're the better ones. In my opinion. 4. Alistair's peak design. I love Alistair's design. I'm a big Alistair fan. I mean, like, B's fine, but we already have fighting ladies. Alistair's just a silly little guy. 5. Goth femboy. Is he femboy? I don't know that he's femboy. I don't know that he's a femboy, but... The mask is a fun design element. Legends N, please. All Pokemon are N. Not fighting with your N and your human balls. Yeah, he's a little baby. He's a little baby with his little baby mask. He's a little shy guy. You gotta be protected. Do Alistair and B have, like, any relation? Because obviously, like, Melanie and Gordy do. 7, I think. Guys, ever wish you could turn your brain off and just be told what to do? That is why I'm a puppy girl. Because you can do that. It's great. It's a great coping mechanism. That's why I have a very wonderful, significant other who I can turn my brain off around and just be told puppy things. 8. Not a big fan of Avery's design. Yeah, I don't know what they're cooking with Avery. Avery and Clara, I don't have any interest in either of them. Alistair and Bae share the same gym with Melody and Gordy, but the gym is based on a gym challenge season, so they switch. Something weird. I think they just do, like, matches every now and then to decide who gets to run it. 9. I have a significant other. It's not, like, a permanent thing, because I'm not going to stay here forever, but... Yes, as of right now, I do. And it is a very nice experience. Right, I think that's 10, but we're gonna do one more for posterity's sake. One more bad boy. Eggnog, I'm so sorry you just woke up and you're just joining. Because this is the last check. This is the last check. It's either shiny here, or we're not getting it shiny today. It's not shiny. Hi, kill it, please. You couldn't even murder it. Murder it, please. Do we do one more? Alright, let's do one more. Let's do one more. We'll do one more. We should have some more epic music than this, but I don't know where to find it right now. We're kind of just gonna get recommended casual stuff on YouTube. Do 10 more? I don't want to do 10 more. I can do one more. It's not shiny. But what if we did one more? What if we did, like, one more? Just one more. Give me the shiny luck. Everyone, raise your hands into the air with, like, a spirit bomb and give me the shiny luck. Okay? Everyone, gather your shiny luck to me. Raise your hands into the air. Put the energy in the sky. And I will accept it and direct it towards that Pokemon down there. Alright? Everyone. This is the last. This is the last chance, okay? Okay? Oh. Sweep, it's cause you weren't joining in. Alright, you know what? That one didn't count. That one didn't count because y'all didn't have your hands up yet. This one counts. This one counts. One more with all the energy of the entire chat. All the shiny energy of the entire chat. We'll check for one more. Do not get directed into a pan stage. Chat, you're not good at this. Chat, you're so bad at this. You're like so bad at this, chat. Direct the energy towards the deer. Visual. Okay, everybody calmly think, okay? Just think. Think about the pink deer, okay? Think about how pink that deer is gonna be right now. You got the pink hands. You got the pink hands. Think about how pink the deer is gonna be, though. Think about how pink that deer is. It's still green, guys. You weren't thinking hard enough. Okay. Think about how pink that deer is. Think about deer noises. Think about it making deer noises. I don't know what a deer noise is, but think about it. Maybe we're colorblind? Oh, that... Oh, do I have a colorblind chat? That could be an issue. That could be an issue here. Alright, I'm done. I'm done checking for the night. Thank you so much for being here. We'll stream more often now that I'm back. And maybe we'll do more than just Pokemon at this point. I don't know yet. I stream when I stream, and I am feeling up to it. I'll catch y'all later. Good night. Good night.